So, over the weekend, we got a plant. Not quite planned to get a plant, but kind of. Hello, friends. Basically, this is just me telling you that we now have a living, growing thing in the apartment that takes very little maintenance, which is one of the reasons we got it. Also, it was a lot cheaper than some of the other plants we could have gotten, which was the other criterion we were going for. I really wanted a hanging plant because we have a hook on our ceiling in the kitchen that we could do that with. But unfortunately, hanging plants are super expensive, so we weren't going to do that. And we didn't want a succulent because we didn't want to be, no offense to anyone who has them, but millennials. So we didn't get that. But we did also get a pot, not from Earl May, which is where we got the plant itself, but we got it from Walmart because it was so much cheaper there. Overall, I'm very happy with what we have. We are not naming the plant, although Julia keeps calling it the planty plant. Yeah, I know. She told me that we weren't going to be those people who named their plant. And I mean, while there's a part of me that's kind of disappointed by that because I think it would be kind of funny given our personalities are not ones to name an inanimate object of any kind, we both have car names. She gave the excuse that her car, Lil Corolla, was called that because her father named it that, which is a much better story than mine, which took almost 2 years to get named. My car, Heavy, which, as we probably all know, or will know right after I say this, has been having some problems recently, all of them inflicted by me. Given that fact, Heavy takes even longer to get up hills than it did before because I take my time when I'm driving for the most part now. So there's that. You know, it took me almost 2 years to name my car, and actually my sister came up with the name and I liked it. So if we ever do change our mind about naming a plant, it probably will take a while for it to get named. So basically, this is the first plant I've ever had to take care of that wasn't a mandatory thing, if that makes sense. Since I grew up on a farm, I wasn't super excited about having a plant because having a plant indoors usually meant we were going to have to transplant it in a couple of months. And if we were doing anything like that with plants indoors, we had the whole shebang. Like, our basement was set up with this big plant light, and actually I still think we have that at my parents' house. And basically those plants were there to be watered during the winter in order to be transplanted earlier in the spring and have a better chance of surviving in the garden. So I associate plants indoors with either that or my more recent experiences with plants that are half dead that drop leaves on the floor and you have to clean them up when you're cleaning strangers' homes, which I hate. So hopefully this plant is a good enough this plant is good enough at keeping its leaves intact that I won't have to be annoyed by that ever. Yeah. Talk to you tomorrow.